Coming from agriculture family in Kerala, MP Ramchandra's early days were filled with nothing but challenges. Despite challenges, he came to the city of dream, Mumbai, and worked here for 10 years till the company got shut down. His fascination of wearing white shirt and trouser every day, coupled with dissatisfaction of fabric whiteners' results, gave birth to one of the biggest Indian success stories, Jyothy Laboratories. Despite hiring few salesgirls, their flagship product Ujjala faced challenges. This made Ramchandran despondent. With an order of 1,000 bottles, hope grew. Thereafter demand for Ujjala grew steadily and with strength. Due to excellent marketing campaign, in the late 90s and early 2000s through the Anaya Ujjala ad, it became a household name. Today over 1 million bottles are sold daily through 3 million outlets. It's our honor to present to you the journey of very strong indigenous FMCG brand, Jyothy Laboratories, which started from Rs 5,000. At its peak, the market cap was 7,000 crores. They also acquired a global giant and made IT successful in India. The talk was presented by Mr. Ullas Kamath, the Joint Managing Director of Jyothy Laboratories. He is a qualified chartered accountant, lawyer and a company secretary. He has spearheaded successful setting of fabric spa and the Henkel acquisition. Under his leadership, company has diversified and now is multi-product FMCG company. We bring to you the excerpts of his talk on the growth story of Jyothy Labs. Despite being successful, why did they raise private equity? The famous global acquisition of Henkel, and lastly, some words of advice. Let's see what were some key steps that led Jyothy to growth trajectory. Mr. Ramchandra's clarity in building not only company, but also nation, speaks about his passion. Long-term goals were broken into short-term goals, and were achieved by taking one step at a time. Didn't borrow, instead invested profits earned from business. Took all fiscal benefits offered by the government. The mantra they followed was there is no competition when you keep doing same thing again and again. And they kept doing it for 30 years to achieve perfection. With 82% market share, Ujjala made a mark and remained with no or little competition. Due to strong distribution model, supporting infrastructure and over 1 million visiting the outlet monthly, it was time to diversify and take a plunge. (1991) economy brought huge opportunities. The fiscal policies helped set up factories in rural areas and create employment for women. Payback period for the capex is between 2 to 3 years, and hence setting up factory every year was easy. They took a rare turn by launching Maxo, a household insecticide, instead of sticking to detergent. Products manufacturing was in-house and hence perfected over the period of time. Ujjala took 17 years to become a 100 crore brand, while Maxo took 4 and Axo took about 8 years. Hence, it is important to become 100 crore brand because in FMCG once you are a 100 crore brand it creates an economic moat. So despite being a very successful company, what triggered Jyothy Labs to raise private equity? Let's hear it from the man himself.
Private equities, you should know why do they come and invest in your company. It's going to make money. And how much money they will be happy. Any money, they will not be happy at all. 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, any x, they will not be happy at all. So that is how the private equity behaves. But fact of the matter is, if they want to take 3x, they can't take a loan. They have to give the remaining 90%, that's you, right? So to that extent, it's better to have a headmaster with you all the time, asking hundreds of questions so that you become perfect. And today, I can say that Rahul Basin and Subba Subramaniam of ING Bearings and JM Trivedi of CDC and CLSA people, they helped us to bring in absolutely great governance with independent directors when you are just started a 50 crore business. So that's what it finally, like when we went in public, when they got 38% IRR in US dollar terms, you were only happy about it, right? So that's how the culture in the company, the value system in the company is that whoever associates with us, they should make money. And especially the shareholder who put trust in you, the more they make, more happy we become, and that's the way how we dealt with them. So we raised the money from ICICI London, we raised the money from ICICI Toronto, and finally when we went in public in 2007, 32% of the company was owned by private equity, and we did have sufficient money in the bank, so about 115 crore we had when we went in public. So this is the money. There was no primary issuance. It's only the secondary offering which went in almost for 64 times oversubscription happened, and we just went in for the secondary and gave them an exit, and thereafter we are with the now 90,000 shareholders.
He mentioned that money is very important. So, raise the money when you don't need it and use the money in best possible way to build the top line and do not sacrifice the bottom line. On being asked, at what stage should an entrepreneur look to raise private equity and how to know whether it is the right time? He mentioned, an entrepreneur should raise only when he has clear purpose, application and an answer to the question that what will he do when he gets that extra cash? Moving to the interesting and famous story of Henkel India acquisition. It all started with an opportunity, when Henkel decided to sell its India operations. It had 395 crores of top line, minus 4.4% EBITDA, 600 crores of carry-forward losses, and 400 crores of debt. They never declared dividend, since they never made profit in 27 years. Despite disappointing numbers, the only reason to acquire Henkel was their sheer courage and no compromise on the quality of products. Everyone thought this was a bad decision. As soon as Jyothy announced the acquisition, the stock tanked 20%. So, what were the steps Jyothy took to turn around the business? Started with total consideration of 785 crores for Henkel India's business. Mr. Kamath traveled 14,500 kilometers in a month, district by district, meeting every single distributor seeking their support. Increased marketing activities for Jyothy and Henkel's merger. Shifted all the Henkel's production to Jyothy's production facility. With strong focus, hard work from the leadership team to distributors and execution mindset, the Henkel India EBITDA moved from minus 4.4% to whooping 14.5% EBITDA within a year. To conclude, here are some words of advice from Mr. Kamath on acquisitions, pandemic and many more. During acquisition, know what worst can happen and be prepared for it. It's being optimistic but being ready for adversity. Know that if you don't grab the opportunity, your competitor will. And, this will hurt you even more. During pandemic, the production can be reduced, however there shouldn't be compromise on the quality of the product. Employees are the heart of the company, take utmost care for them, they will take care of customers. Technology is the way forward for all companies. Adapting to it is the only choice. Thank you for watching the video and we genuinely appreciate Mr. Kamath for the wonderful insights.